Hi, everybody. My name is Melissa Bivalak Mercado. I am a licensed esthetician. I'm based out of Wallingford, Connecticut, and I'm also the national trainer for Institute de Esthederm here in the US. So I'm coming on today because we get a lot of questions about the Esthederm Suncare range and really what sets this range apart from other sun care products and what we're all about, really. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our products and how they might be able to help you. Give me 1 minute to just get our recording going here and oh, I can't forget to put on my sun care hat. Do you guys all have a sun care hat for when you do go outdoors? This one here is from Institute de Esthederm, and I absolutely love this one when I go to the beach. Doesn't it look beautiful? And now that I just messed up my hair, I will go on and talk about our product ranges. So the Esthederm Suncare range was created by Jean Noel. He was our founder, and he adapted this product range in 1978 because he was actually allergic to the sun himself. So he wanted a way where he could go outdoors and not have to worry about getting all the photosensitivities that he was getting. And since he is a pharmacist and a biologist, and obviously an expert in cellular biology, he created the Adaptosun range, which was one of the first ranges in the Esthederm, the whole product line. And the Adaptosun range is actually the ingredient base that is in most of our sun care products that we'll talk about in just a moment. So this is a really great diagram that I wanted to put into here. And what it really shows you is just the difference between the different SPFs and how an SPF of 50 really isn't that much difference from an SPF of 30 or an SPF of 15 even for that matter, depending on your skin coloring, with that being said. And as you can see also, most people only put a very small amount of sunscreen on. So it's very important that you use at least 1.5 ounces of sunscreen all over your entire body. And you want to reapply this every 2 hours. So just by applying it one time at the beginning of the day isn't really going to do much for you, especially if you have photosensitivities. So again, just remember 1.5 ounces. So think about a full shot glass. And every 2 hours you want to reapply. So we do have some benefits and also obviously some harmful effects from the sun's rays. So first of all, we'll talk about the benefits and the good things that we do get from the sun. So we do get a large amount of vitamin D from our sun, which is really important for our teeth and our bones and just our bodily structure in general. It also helps to regulate our natural sleep and wake cycle. So it's our natural melatonin, which helps our moods. As I know, I live in Connecticut, so we have long, dark winters. I mean, I don't live in Alaska or anything, which some of you may. Those are really long, dark winters. But just our days are shorter, our nights are longer, it gets dark early, so we get that funk. So really this time of year now, I'm in the summertime. Here I am in June and I'm loving it because our days are longer, the sun is out, it's shining, we're outdoors more, and it's definitely uplifting and helpful to our moods. The sun's also great for certain skin conditions such as psoriasis, acne, anybody who has any kind of dermatitis, because it does have an antibacterial effect to it, which is very helpful. And then also it gives our bodies and our earth heat and energy, as we know from most of the solar panels that we have out on our roofs nowadays. And it also creates photosynthesis for our plants and our vegetation to grow. Some harmful effects from the sun's rays is, as we know, it accelerates our aging and is the biggest culprit of fine lines and wrinkles and deeper set wrinkles as well. It does cause sunburn and in turn redness to the skin. It unfortunately causes all of the skin cancers that we see out there today, and also just general photosensitivities that some people may have to the sun. So we also have the different rays of the sun, and the different rays do different things. So our aging and our burning rays are the two that we're going to talk about. So most sunscreens nowadays, luckily, we do have most of them are more honest and they are broad spectrum, which means they do protect against our UVA and our UVB rays, whereas years ago they weren't. They were only protecting against those UVB rays. So our UVB rays are, again, the rays that are really responsible for the burning of the skin, which is going to help to, well, not help, but it's going to cause the breakdown of our skin's elastin and collagen production. And our UVA rays are the ones that are causing that aging, and that's going to be what's giving us that immediate tan. And in effect, it's breaking down our skin, and it's going to give it that oxidative damage and also give us those photosensitivities and allergies to the sun. So what sets us apart from other sun care ranges is most sun care ranges on the market today are just going to give you that filter and screen right at the surface level of your skin. So it's either just reflecting that sun's rays right off the skin. So that's it. That's all it's doing. It's reflecting. Whereas the Esthederm products have different technologies incorporated into the products, which are actually working on more of a cellular level. And they are going to give you not only those filters and screen, which is helping to reflect the sun's rays, but from an internal perspective, it's going to give you the two different things. One, it's going to help with anti-aging. So we do have some products that have the anti-aging properties to it. And then the other one is what we talked about earlier with Dr. Jean Noel, is that it's got our Adaptosun technologies. And what these Adaptosun technologies are is where it's going to help those of you that have pigmentation. And we'll talk about that a little bit further on. So some questions that we need to ask ourselves before we go outdoors in the sun is, what is your goal in the sun? Like, are you just going outdoors because you have no choice to go to your kid's soccer game? Or are you going to the beach all day and you do want to get a tan, but you want to do this in a safe way? And how does your skin react to the sun? Do you generally get burned very quickly and deeply, or do you could be outdoors all day long and not have to worry about anything? And also your habits in the sun. So do you go outdoors and spend the whole day out there, or are you just running into your car and running into the grocery store and then back home? Also, you need to take into consideration if you have any specific skin conditions or intolerances or allergies. And also your preference in texture. So do you like creams or milky textures, or do you prefer a spray or just an oil-based protection? So we'll first talk about our Adaptosun range, and the Adaptosun range is, again, going to be that range for the person who really wants to tan, but they want to tan safely. So here's that slide here. So this is a range for anybody who is not super fair. So if you are super fair, you are not going to want to use these products because it's not going to help you to get tan because you don't have that melanin production enough in your skin. So it's going to be for anybody who has general, we call it a Fitzpatrick scale of 3 all the way up to a Fitzpatrick scale of 6, which is going to be your sun, like the sun may mildly burn you at first, but it's not going to be very sensitive to the sun. So the first product that we're going to talk about is our Bronze Impulse Spray. And unfortunately, I don't have this one to show you at the moment, but it is a spray bottle that looks very similar to this one here, but this isn't the one. So it does have a spray top on it. And then you pump it out and it sprays directly to the skin. And what's really unique about this product is that you're going to use this product about 2 weeks before sun exposure. And what it's going to do is it's going to prepare the skin for the sun exposure. And it's going to allow your skin to really absorb those rays, but it's going to go directly into your melanocytes, and it's going to tan deeper, quicker, and it's going to make that tan last longer. So it's actually really an amazing technology. So you do want to use this 7 to 15 days before you are going to be outdoors. So if you're going to go on a spring vacation, or maybe you're outdoors all year long, you just want to use this every day then. You do want to use it again about 20 minutes before you go outdoors into the sun. And then you would do it again when you got back in from the sun. So it's kind of a product that you use to prep the skin and while you're going to be in the sun. So it's going to be also great for anybody. And as an esthetician, I really don't suggest this, but even for those of you who do like to go into UV tanning beds, you can use this product in the tanning bed as well. So again, it's a product to prep your skin before sun exposure to really intensify that tan. Then we have sunscreens for those that do want to tan for the face and body, and that's our Adaptosun face and body products. So first, we're going to talk about the 3 face products that we have. So we have our Adaptosun, sorry, I get them all mixed up. Bronze Repair, Bronze Repair and Sun Kissed are here. And then we have our Sea and Topics base. So the difference between these 3 is this. They are all 3 an SPF of 25. So first we'll talk about the one that's all the way to the left on the screen here. This is our Sea and Tropics for the face. This is going to be an SPF of 25, great for the face, for those who do want to tan. If you do have a lot of pigmentation on your face, this is not going to be the product for you. None of these are going to be, because what it's going to do is it's actually going to take those pigmentation spots and make them darker as well as the other parts of your face. So anybody who has pigmentation, this entire orange Adaptosun range isn't going to be for you, but we do have products for you in our sun intolerance range. So hang on, I'll talk to you guys in a minute. So again, our Sea and Topics is going to be your SPF 25. Now your Bronze Repair is your SPF 25 also. These are both for the face. The difference between the 2 is that the Bronze Repair actually has anti-aging ingredients in it as well. So this is going to be your sunscreen only. This is going to be your sunscreen and anti-aging. So this is the one that you would use daily as like your moisturizer because it has those anti-aging properties in it. This is the one that you'd use if you're just going to be out in the sun. So that's the difference between the 2. Now, the difference between the 2 latter is, if we could take away the first one, we have our Bronze Repair and our Bronze Repair Sun Kiss. These are both going to be for your anti-aging clients, but your Sun Kiss is actually a tinted moisturizer. So it's a sunscreen, it's a moisturizer, and it has a light tint to it. So if you were to put it on my skin, you can see it's a little bit darker than my skin tone. But once you rub it in, it does rub in very nicely. It absorbs quickly, and you don't see a lot of dark coloring. If it is a little bit too dark for your skin coloring, you can mix it right into the other SPF there, the Bronze Repair. Mix them together, and it'll make it a little bit lighter for you. So that's a little bit about those. We'll talk about our body products next. So our body products, we have 3. We have our Milky Spray, our Dry Oil, and our Body Silky Mist. So first we'll talk about the Milky Spray, which is right here. And I showed you before, it has a nice pump. You can spray it right on to the skin, and then you have to rub it in. Now, another thing I love about the Adaptosun line is that it smells amazing. There's actually a perfume from Esthederm that smells like this range that I love because I love the smell of it. It just reminds me of summer and beach and sand, and it's just wonderful. So this Milky Spray is an SPF of 20. If you can see it here. They're going to protect, all 3 of these products are going to protect against the UVA, the UVB, the infrared light, but also against pollution and ozone too. So what's great about this is going to prevent against further pigmentation, which is really important. So if you do have some pigmentation, it's going to prevent from that. It's going to prevent from getting any other skin discomforts. It's going to also help to accelerate the tanning process. So if you already used your Bronze Impulse and then you're using these, it's going to just give you that extra deep tan. So with this one, you want to apply it 20 minutes before sun exposure. You're going to reapply every 2 hours. And then the other two that we have are pretty much the same thing, but they're just different textures. So we have our dry body oil and we have our silky mist. So again, these are both our 3 suns, and the suns is kind of, oh, how do I describe it? So it's kind of like how warm it is. So you can see in the picture, the spray has a 2 sun, but actually now it has a 3 sun. And that's because we realized that people really want that extra protection. So the 2 sun was for like moderate heat and sun, whereas now the 3 sun is for intensive heat and sun, which if you're going to be outdoors, generally you're out in the intensive heat and sun. So that's why they changed those. So our they're both going to be an SPF of 25 now, even though it doesn't say it on the bottle. And that's just because of the difference from France regulations to US regulations. So in France, they don't have to have an SPF on the bottle. In the US, it's not making the claim that it's an SPF, but it is. So I don't know how to describe that any better than it's safe. It's going to protect you. It just doesn't say that on the bottle. So both of these also, you're going to put them on 20 minutes before sun exposure. You're going to reapply every 2 hours. Now what the difference is that the dry oil is exactly that. It does have a spray bottle as well. So when you spritz it on, you can see it's very oily. So you want to make sure that you rub that in. It's for those that like that old baby oil feeling. Do you remember those days? Because I remember them all too well. And my skin is paying for it now. And then our silky mist, which is a very nice mist. See that? And this is great for kids or for people who are very active. Reason being is because you can just spray it. But another reason being is because you can go upside down. So you can do your back very easily or the back of your legs. You don't have to worry about spraying the right way. Another great thing is that the dry oil is really great for your hair. So for those that are very blonde, you can spritz it on your hair. It'll protect the hair from chlorine or from the ocean water, things of that nature. It's also great for those that burn in their scalp. And then the silky mist, same thing. If it's easier for you to spray it on your scalp, it's just not going to protect the hair, the blonde hair, the same way that the dry oil would have. So that is the difference between those for you. Oh, another thing, people have told me that they use this silky mist as like the beach waves to give you that beach wave look, which is really nice. All right, now we're going to talk about our sun intolerance range. And our intolerance is really for those who want to go outside. They don't really want to tan, but they want to be able to go outdoors and not have to worry about any type of reactions. Or maybe they have pigmentation and they don't want that pigmentation to get darker. So we'll talk about those products next. So first, we're going to talk about who's going to use this range. Anybody can use this. So any color skin can use this range, whether you're the fairest of the fair or the darkest of dark. So it doesn't matter. It's also great for those that have different conditions, such as women who are pregnant or those who have sensitivities to the sun. So first we'll talk about our Sun Ultimate and our Into Repair. So our Sun Ultimate does have an SPF of 30 on it. Oh, I went too fast. So our Sun Ultimate is an SPF of 30. This is going to help prevent those pigmentation spots. So if those of you who already have pigmentation and you don't want to get any more, this is the product that's going to be great for you. It does also have very soothing ingredients. So for those of you who do have those photo allergies, this is going to help because it's going to be for those that have the more sensitive skin, and it's going to help to prevent you from being more reactive. It's also a great idea to start using this as well as the other intolerance ranges 2 weeks before sun exposure. And that's just to get your body adjusted to the ingredients as well. So once you've started using this 2 weeks before sun exposure and now you are in the sun, you want to apply this product. So it's a little bit different than the others. This one you're going to use for 2 weeks before, And then for the first 3 days that you're in the sun, you want to use this every hour. And then after that, once you've been outdoors for about 3 days, on your 4th day, you would just do the regular and apply every 2 hours, just like the normal people. The normal people out there. For that. Our into repair is again going to be for those that are extremely intolerant to the sun. It's going to be great because this also has the anti-aging ingredients in it. So it's going to help to correct existing wrinkles as well. It's going to help to limit any reactions to the sun, as well as leaving your skin hydrated and soothed. And it's also going to help to reduce that sensitivity for the sun. So for your ultimately sun sensitive, this is going to be the one for you, into repair. So same thing, you're going to use it 2 weeks before sun exposure. You're going to then apply it every hour for the first 3 days. And then you're going to apply it every 2 hours thereafter. Next, this is the most amazing product in the whole world. This is our Photo Regul. And the Photo Regul is created for those who have pigmentation, but that want to get tan, but they don't want to get tan because the pigmentation tans too. So what this product does is it actually tricks the skin into, not tricks it, but it goes more into the cellular level. It works into the melanocytes. It's a tyrosinase inhibitor for those that already have pigmentation spots. So those pigmentation spots, it's actually going to help lighten, and then the rest of the skin, it's actually going to help receive a tan. So it'll help even out your sun tan. So it'll make the dark spots look lighter and your light spots look darker. This is a product that you definitely want to use long-term. If you use it just once or twice, it's not going to really do much for you. So it's going to 20 minutes before sun exposure, and then every 2 hours when you're in the sun. So again, this is our Photo Regul. This is our #1 seller in Europe and in the US. And next we're going to talk about our City Spray, which is over here. This is going to help to protect, you can see it here, protect and improves your skin's natural resistance to the sun. So it also helps to protect against pollution and anything else like the blue rays from the computer that I'm in front of right now, or our cell phones that we're talking on all the time. So this is actually a product that we use in all of our professional skincare treatments that we finish the treatment with. And I would suggest doing the same thing at home once you've done cleansing and moisturizing and done your SPF and everything. Just put this on over it, and it's going to just really help to protect against those outdoor environmental factors and pollutants. And we have a great range of after sun products that I'm going to show you. It's not a huge range, it's 2 products. So we have 2 products. We have one for the face and one for the body. Those are here. And what's really great about these is that they're very soothing, very hydrating, but what's great is that it's going to help that tan last even longer. So we did that Adaptosun range during the sun care, and we did our prep work beforehand. So we really want to make our tan last as long as it can and keep it that dark, vibrant suntan. So we have, again, hydrating, soothing, maintaining a long-lasting tan. So we have a big bottle for our body and a smaller bottle for our face. What's great about the face product too, this is the body one here. So it's got a nice convenient little pump, and they smell amazing. I think all of the sun care range smells amazing. I think I just love summer. It's very lightweight and cooling too. So if you do get a tiny bit of sunburn, which we hope you don't, but if you did, it's going to help really heal and calm that down. And then the face one too is great because it also does have some anti-aging ingredients in it. So you can use this all year long as your nighttime moisturizer. So you could use our anti-aging bronze repair during the day. This is our anti-aging SPF, and then at night utilize the calming cream here. I don't even know the name of it. face care cream. Isn't that terrible? After sun repair face. After sun repair face. All right, and we just talked about the lotion too, because they're pretty much one and the same, but they are for different parts of the body. And another product that I absolutely love during the summer is this one here. And I have a 7-year-old daughter who goes to camp. And when she gets home from camp, she smells like a 20-year-old teenage boy because she's running around. She's got sunscreen on. They're in the pool. They're sweaty and they're just gross. So this is always in my shower in the summertime because what it does is it breaks down all that stuff. So it breaks down that UV sun care creams. It breaks down the chlorine. It breaks down the sweat and just the smell. So this is going to really help to clean the skin thoroughly after all of the stuff we do during the warmer months for us. It's also just, again, it smells great. It lathers nicely. So it's a good all over body cleanser. So I put it on the loofah sponge, get it all sudsy, and then it's just really nice. And then lastly, we have 2 self-tanning products. And the self-tanners are one for the face and one for the body. Oh, we actually have 3, I'm sorry. 2 specifically for self-tanning, but 3 more products to talk about. So we have, again, a face care and a body care. And these are going to help to provide the skin with a deeper, darker tan. Even if you're already tan, you can use these products. It's going to be great for all skin types, even those that are lighter or darker. It's going to help you give you a tanned complexion all year long. And you're going to use this about 1 to 3 times per week until you receive your desired results. So I get a lot of questions on how do I not get dark spots, clumpy spots. So I always suggest before using a self tanner, whether it's the face or the body or both, to do a thorough exfoliation. So one of our exfoliators would be really helpful first. They're usually a granular scrub and you could do it all over the body, but especially pay attention to like your elbows, your knees, around the jawline. So really anywhere where we have an extra buildup of dead skin cells. And that's really what causes those darker areas. So we really want to work and exfoliate that area. Another thing that you could do if you have a drier skin is put a little bit of a moisturizer. I would suggest using maybe like our After Sun Care cream, just something that is as lightweight, that's very lightweight and cooling, but a very little bit, and let it absorb. And then once it's absorbed, you can then go ahead and lather your self tanner all over. And then just make sure that afterwards you wash your hands so that you don't get those finger marks in between. And lastly, the last product that we're going to talk about is our protective sheen powder. This is going to help to, if I can open it, enhance the skin's complexion, but also protect against environmental damage. So it has a mirror on one side and it has the compact on the other. So it's going to protect against that environmental damage from pollution or for sunlight because it does have the mineral screens in it. So it helps to just reflect. So you can use, usually I use a kabuki brush for this, and it's also great because it'll give you that mattifying effect. So if you get that oily sheen when you're outdoors, it will help take that oily sheen down. It's also good to use all over your décolleté and between your cleavage too, because it does have the mineral screens in them. And then you can reapply it as often as necessary. And this does have 2 suns, so it does have a little bit of SPF in it, but I would say it's a 15. And that is it for our quick, not as quick as I thought it was going to be, Esthederm Suncare overview. So again, remember, we do have products in our Adapta-Sun range that are great for those who want to be tan, but they want to tan safely. And then we have our sun intolerance range, which is for those who want to be able to go outdoors, but they don't want to get burned and they want to take care of their skin. And then we have our post sun care items and our self-tanning sun care items. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and one of us will get back to you with some answers. Thank you so much for joining us.